and audio.
Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. How's it going? I am Greg Tito, and I'm coming at you here with some D&D news as soon as I get this Apple product to do what I want it to do. And it is working. Yes, it's loading all the things that I need. Yeah, it worked! Success! I rolled a D20. And things are amazingly happening. How's it going? I take over this time, this little half hour here, before Chris Perkins takes this very seat and speaks to the Waffle crew. I get to throw some Dungeons & Dragons news at you. I currently have Danny Hartel staring at me, and she doesn't know she's staring at me, but she is. She is doing a guest spot here on Dice Camera Action, and that's going to start in about 25 minutes now, and it's going to be amazing. She's playing some amazing stuff. I don't even want to tell you what character she's playing because it's a secret. But if you were listening to Dragon Talk yesterday, Chris Perkins and I gave you a little bit of a spoiler of who she's playing, but hint, it might have to do with the Tomb of Annihilation storyline, which is coming out on September 19th. Wide. It'll be on everywhere available September 19th, but you can get it in game stores starting September 8th, which is pretty exciting for all of you people who have a friendly local game store near you. They are very excited to get into the Tomb of Annihilation, and you can do that not only through getting the adventure, but playing through Adventurers League. D&D Adventurers League is an organized play program that has been going on for years and years and years, kind of evolved from the RPGA program into its current incarnation. And Chris Lindsay also was on the Dragon Talk yesterday talking about that program in addition to Dungeon Masters Guild and some of the other fun stuff that he's got going on. I suggest you check out those episodes we recorded yesterday live here on the Twitch channel, but they will all be coming out on the podcast, the Dragon Talk podcast, which you can subscribe to on iTunes or Google Play or wherever you get podcasts for your audio pleasure. Those are all happening there. Again, Dice Camera Action is starting in just a couple minutes, and I'm really excited about all of that. How are you guys doing in the chats? I see you guys are already going a little bit cray-cray with what we got going on here, and I thank you for that. Oh, someone said I'm an awesome guy, and that was James Hake. What's up, James? How are you? Good to see you. You're a good person. And I'm glad someone says I'm a good person because sometimes I don't always feel that way. Don't always. But the news is going to be coming at you right about here with C. Perk and the crew. That's right. Chris on Twitter said that he wants to be referred to now as C. Perk, and I will not deny him that pleasure. Force Grey, Lost City of Omu. We did episode 3 last night at 5 p.m. Pacific time here on this very Twitch channel. It was glorious. It stars Joe Manganiello and Deborah Ann Wall as the two new cast members. Deborah Ann Wall is now fully integrated into the party as the guide as they go through the jungle of Chult. So go check that out, please. It is available here on our Twitch channel, and the best way to get that is to click on the Collections tab, and you'll see all the video on demand for the 3 episodes we have for Force Grey, Lost City of Omu right now. It is going to be, every new episode will be coming out on Mondays at 5 p.m. Pacific time, and it's a great lead-in from Dragon Talk, so if you come in a little bit early, we'll be wrapping up our interviews segment, and usually by that time, 3 hours into recording, me and Shelly are pretty loopy, so I suggest you get in there early, and you can see the transition happen. It goes crazy pretty darn quick. And, of course, Twitch subscriptions are now a thing. You can get a subscription to this very Dungeons & Dragons channel. Thank you to everyone who has done so far. You're pretty much the best. I saw someone did it earlier with their Twitch Prime account, which is how I did it. Peter the Green Wizard. Thank you, sir, for subscribing and using that. I am also an Amazon/Twitch Prime user, so you're a good person. It's only $4.99. You get access to all the crazy emotes that are now going through the chat channel as it happens. There's my face. There's Chris Perkins' face. There is Milo, Chris Perkins' dog. There is a bunch of other fun stuff, including an ampersand, a beholder, TPK with a skull, rolling a D20 on a 20 result or on a 1 result as you want to do primes and not primes. Yes, thank you, everyone. Hey, what's up, G. Whitney YY2K? Y2K in the house. Remember how the Y2K thing was like this big deal that was going to ruin the world? And who knew that was only going to happen 17 years later and not have to do with hacking at all? Or does it? Anyway, on to more exciting things like Neverwinter Tomb of Annihilation is available now on PC. Do you guys know what Neverwinter is? Who plays Neverwinter here in the group here on chat? Anybody? No? Neverwinter players? It's pretty darn cool because it keeps in lockstep with all of our Dungeons & Dragons stories we've been releasing for 5th edition. So initially on, when the Action MMO came out, it's free to play, by the way. You could get in and discover about the history of the city of Neverwinter on the Sword Coast. You found out all about Lord Neverember and what he was doing and how he came from the city of Waterdeep and then kind of took over Neverwinter, then lost his seat in Waterdeep and all that jazz. And then now, once you get up to the top levels, you go through the Tyranny of Dragons storyline, the Elemental Evil, Out of the Abyss, and then for Storm King's Thunder, last year they went up and fought the Frost Giants in the Frozen North, and now in Tomb of Annihilation, you travel to Chult and get to go through the entire zone of the jungle. Port Nyanzaru is a new social hub. You can get quests there from none other than Volothamp Gadarn, a lovable scamp, the author to Volo's Guide to Monsters, Volo's Guide to Waterdeep, Volo's Guide to the Forgotten Realms, and all that jazz. He is in the game of Neverwinter, and he's voiced by none other than Chris Perkins. Sorry, C-Perk. Voiced by C-Perk, which is pretty amazing, and he gave a little sneak peek of that voice earlier in our Dragon Talk episode last night. So I suggest you check that out if you want to see what he sounds like. I'm not even going to do an impression of him doing it because that would be cruel and unusual punishment for all of you. But if you can, check it out right now. It's in Neverwinter. It's on PC. It'll be out on Xbox One and PS4 very soon. And I suggest you check it out. It's free to play. What could go wrong? Find out about it at playneverwinter.com. Hascon is coming up. It's in Providence, Rhode Island. I will be there. Chris Lindsay will be there. Mike Merles will be there. Trevor Kidd will be there. And a rare appearance, well, not rare, but an interesting appearance by Richard Witters will be there, our concept artist who creates a lot of the art that is made in the storytelling side of making Dungeons & Dragons, as well as he does create some art that's actually made it into the books themselves. He will be there talking about world building because he's got a long and storied history talking about all that stuff, which I love. So it's amazing. Hi, Danny. I can see you. You're right there. How's it going? You've got green hair. It's Tomb of Annihilation hair, I think, is going on. I don't know. She's pointing at herself, so I just feel like I have to talk about her there.
She will be there.
She will be there.
That's what she's saying.
She will be. Oh, yes, and Danny will be there. Danny will be there at Hascon. Da-da. And she might be a Batiri Goblin. Yes, she will be a Batiri Goblin. Yes, you'll be able to take pictures with her in the Hasbro, in the D&D booth at Hascon, and I'll be there as well, so you can kind of high-five as we're taking pictures together, if you want. There's lots of other fun Dungeons & Dragons events happening at Hascon, including ones in which you want to get involved with your family. You can get them to come and check out some of the plans that they might be interested at Hascon, including My Little Pony and Transformers and all that stuff. And then you can play D&D games with them that are specifically designed for kids young, 10 and younger, or 10 and older. If you're on that 10-year-old, you're like right in the cusp. You get to choose which one you want to do. But those are really exciting. I'm kind of interested in them, and now I want to make sure I bring my kids to the event to make that happen. All right? Does that sound like a plan? Am I talking with my hands a lot? I think Danny's trying to make fun of me that I'm talking with my hands a lot. And it's weird because it's on a delay a little bit, so she won't know that I'm referencing her making fun of me. Whatever. You'll find out soon. Yes, you want my hair, Angry Jay? Okay, sounds good. I'll let you know. I think many people do, but it's hard to beat. But yeah. Now you're making me self-conscious. Yeah, it happens. We'll tow time machine. Daco Rock, you want a time machine back to the old rules? What old rules? Yeah, it's a thing. Well, you can always use some stuff with the older stuff in D&D 5th edition. So it's basically like you're back in the old rules already. D&D Beyond is coming out for reals on August 15th. Did you guys know that? It is going to be full of all of the content that was available or has been available in D&D 5th edition so far will all be available. You can purchase it all and access it all. But if you don't want to purchase anything more, you've already bought the books, that's totally fine too. You can access all of the free stuff that's in D&D Beyond, which is a character builder and a very useful character builder at that. You can import in, not import, you create characters based on ones that you already have of whatever level you want. It's totally integrated into all the mechanics that work, including multi-classing and all that. Adam Bradford and the team down at Curse Media has done a fantastic job at getting all the corner cases to work as best as they can. They've been beta testing it for months, alpha testing it for what feels like years, and so it's a super tried and true tool. I suggest you check it out right now. It's at dndbeyond.com. That's DN, the letter ND, beyond.com. They're also on Twitter at D&D Beyond. So find out from there. Again, August 15th is coming up very soon, and I'm very excited to see all of the unlocking of everything that's going to happen and play with some of the fun characters. One cool thing for Dungeon Masters, if you just want like a random NPC, you can boot up D&D Beyond, click on the Generate Random Character button, done, instant NPC, got all the stats ready for you for when the party instantly attacks the NPCs that you've created. It's a thing, and it will be awesome. And so I suggest you look at that because it is cool. Dragon Plus came out a month ago now, and now we're gearing up for the next one that's coming out. But issue 14 is pretty amazing. I don't want you to forget about that. Who in the chat is is familiar with Rat Queens? Anybody? You guys watched or read any of the Rat Queens comic books by Curtis Weeb? Or perhaps watched D20 Babes is a streaming show that he has done with his wife and 3 of their friends running through some adventures. If you haven't, it's very cool. It's an adult theme, so I don't suggest sharing this with anybody 18 or younger, but the women characters in Rat Queens are probably the most real D&D characters I've ever seen. They drink, they have sex, they do bad things, they have lots of loves and lost loves. It's really great. A really great storytelling, and they're basically in a D&D universe, and so we asked Curtis Weeb to write us an adventure based on some of the characters of the Rat Queens, and it is amazing. Check it out. It's in issue 14 of Dragon Plus. If you don't know what Dragon Plus is, it is an app that you can use on your iPad, iPhone, Android, tablet, or phone, and we come with new content every 2 months. Lots of it is about previews to our new storylines, things that are coming out. But there's also tons of information there that you can't get anywhere else. So I suggest you check it out. It's a free download. All of it is completely free. You can also check it out on dragonmag.com. And that's also, the one that's on the tablets and phones is also really good because you can, if you want to follow the Dungeons & Dragons official Twitter feed or the Facebook feed or our Tumblr feed, things like that, that's all aggregated into the front page of Dragon Plus. So you'll see all the information that is generally our official information all in one place on the app. Dragon Plus, check it out. It's in the app stores on everywhere, and it is super fun. And yes, Mazmataz, is that the same Mazmataz? Are you the knitter? I think you are. That's awesome. I'm so glad you're here. We had a conversation about knitting things, and we will continue to knit things going forward. But the one-shots in there are good. There are lots of adventures and lots of crunchy things and tools that you can use to enhance your game. Hi, Yasmataz. See, this is why it's so great when people use the same nickname across multiple things, is that I can recognize them in Twitch, I can recognize them in Twitter, I can recognize them on Xbox or whatever. It's good stuff. Anywho, what's happening in the Twitch? I see somebody's gonna Goomba raid. Oh no, not a Goomba raid again. It happens, but it's pretty darn cool. 11 it. Oh snap! No. Axis of Anarchy, good. You got the emotes are good. That's good. All you need to do is refresh, and then everything gets going. We only got about 5 minutes here because we want to get it back to set up the frames for our new guest, for Danny Hartel, who's going to be guesting here on Dice Camera Action in just a second. Thank you, Inez666. I'm glad that your name has 666 in the back of it. It makes me feel like you're a little bit naughty, like you're like a sign of the devil, which is kind of cool. I like it. Thank you. And thanks for all my fun. I don't know. I'm just going on crazy talk here. Plane Shift has come out. Did you guys know about Plane Shift? How many here of you guys play Magic? Do you guys play Magic the Gathering? Do you also play D&D? Would you ever think about playing D&D in the Magic universe? Well, you can, because James Wyatt, who used to be on the D&D team, now works for Magic and is busy working on the the Art of Magic books that comes out for each set that Magic the Gathering releases. Most recently, it's Amonkhet, a more Egyptian-themed world that the Planeswalkers are defending from Nicol Bolas, the bad Planeswalker who's got this long play that he's been doing on this world. It's pretty interesting. There's a lot of like gods who have animal heads on them, and James Wyatt creates a document all in his own time, which I didn't find out until I talked to him on Dragon Talk, that incorporates some of the elements from the Magic art book and the world and the setting of that world, and relates it into D&D rules. So it's basically adapting 5th edition rules for things that you might want to add into your game. And basically you're playing as a Planeswalker, which is super fun. I suggest you check it out. It's called Plane Shift. Amonkhet is the most recent one, Amonkhet. Just put that in to your search bar, and you should be able to find it pretty easy. It's both on the Dungeons & Dragons website and on the Magic website, so I suggest you look there if you're interested. It's good stuff, and James Wyatt is a great guy, so I suggest you look at his interview that we did with him on Dragon Talk and get some of the information on what he's been working on there. Xanathar's Guide to Everything is coming out on November 21st. That is a not really setting book, a mechanics book that expands your player options. There's new player builds for each of the classes available in 5th edition. So it's a lot of fun stuff to kind of experiment with. Some feats, some spells, and it's a little bit more player-based than Volo's Guide to Monsters was last year. So we're really excited about that, not only just because of all the awesome RPG mechanic stuff that's in there, but because of the cover. The original cover looks awesome. It's got Xanathar, who is a beholder, and he's in charge of the crime syndicate that's underneath the city of Waterdeep. And he has goldfish. He has two pet goldfish that he loves and adores, and if for any reason the goldfish are missing from his abode below the city of Waterdeep, he goes crazy, and his entire crime syndicate needs to find out who stole his goldfish. So what will happen sometimes is that if the goldfish perishes, his crime syndicate must find a goldfish that looks very similar to the one that is no longer alive, and try to replace it without Xanathar, without the beholder knowing. It's kind of funny. It's a nice little detail. We decided to expand on that for the cover of the book. And then Hydro74, an artist who was a big fan of Dungeons & Dragons, we tapped him again. He made the special edition cover for Volo's Guide to Monsters. We tapped him again for a new cover, which I forgot to bring with me. It's very cool. It's got gold. We've totally leaned into a new kind of color scheme that we have for any other of our 5th edition products so far. It's got gold eyeballs going around. It's very cool. You can only get that in game stores on November 10th. That's right. So you can get Xanathar's Guide to Everything on November 21st anywhere, but in your game store, and one of these alternate covers you can only get, and it's limited edition. Once those alternate covers are gone, they're gone. So if you're interested, go check out your local game store on November 10th to make sure to pick up your special edition cover copy. All right. Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. My friend Shelly Mazzanoble, who hosts the Dragon Talk podcast with me, she's been working really hard on Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. It's a board game, very much like what's going on in Betrayal at House on the Hill, which is a kind of horror-themed board game in which you discover a mansion tile by tile, room by room. And they took that concept and adapted it for the city of Baldur's Gate. So instead of discovering a mansion, you're discovering blocks and cities and buildings in the city of Baldur's Gate, and you're playing as D&D adventurers, not just like a random group of plucky kids searching through the thing. There's something that happens in the middle of the game, and a haunt is triggered. One of 50 random haunts will occur, and it totally changes up what's happening in Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. Sometimes the cooperative game turns into a competitive one where you have to fight against one of the players, randomly decided, or it's a cooperative thing where the party must defeat something together. But it's a nice little way of creating a board game that is easy to set up, easy to play. All of the components are all there, but it's totally different each time you play, kind of like a D&D game is. Like you can set it all up and have it not know what is going to happen, so it's super interesting. Tons of replayability. That's why it makes it even more worth it than normal. So, wee-woo, wee-woo. I don't know what's going on, but there's wee-woos happening in the chat, which makes me feel like there's like an alarm happening, which it is because it's 3:55. All right. Maybe that's the wee-woo. Did you start the wee-woo?
No.
Oh, okay. I always thought Sean started this up, and it was probably good that you guys were doing it. Anyway, so because it makes me feel like there's like klaxons. That's the D&D news for this year's segment. I'm going to get out of this chair and let Chris Perkins take over. He's going to get set up, and the video guys are going to get set up for Dice Camera Action, which is going to start in about 5 minutes. After that, don't you forget, Satine Phoenix is on tonight on Fury's Reach. She will be DMing for her awesome crowd, and I suggest you stick around for after Dice Camera Action to see what's going on with that awesome group down in LA. All right, I'm out of here. Chris has entered the room, and he's going to move his D&D books over here and make it all happen. Thanks, you guys. Talk to you soon.